What up? Hello, nation. This is Eric here with Facebook.com/Eric the Conqueror or YouTube.com/user /the Sandman047. Alright, what it do? How's everybody doing? It's the middle of the week. It's Wednesday, February the 5th, 2014, and it's approximately 1:30. Just got done a little CAD test and then I was on my way home, so I stopped off at this little circle park thing. This little pond. It's a pond, right? And then there's a big circular track. It's kind of a circle, but it's either way. There's a walkway around it, right? And it's pretty nice. And I like to stop here from time to time, and because there's a pair of eagles that live at this pond in one of the trees there, and I really like to visit them once in a while, because I think seeing eagles is awesome. I love eagles. I love all kinds of nature and wildlife, actually. And anyways, so a couple of reasons why I stopped by. One was it's a sunny day, and two, I needed to go for a walk after this little exam shit, and I needed to stretch out, and I need to just get out and breathe, and catch some rays. And another reason is the daylight moon is peeking out, so I figured why not go and witness it, right? And then instead of that, and if we witness it, well, anytime I get to witness the moon or the sun or any planets, I really like to do it and go for a walk. And I was delighted by the wind, and the wind on top of the lake really made it look awesome. Like it created currents and waves and interference patterns. I really like observing that kind of shit. And there's some ducks and I think they're not seagulls, but swans. I think, yeah, swans. Some ducks and swans live on that pond too, and they're quite interesting and intriguing. And I really like to watch them. And I got fairly close. I think I got about like 3-4 yards, 15 feet, and then at that point they flew away. Either way, I got closer than I thought I would get, and yeah, so I don't know, I just liked watching the rays, and I just like to think for a while, stretch my legs, and it's a good practice. And there were a couple other people doing the same. Yeah, so I think it beats walking like alone. Well, see, I say it beats walking alone, but I was by myself, but I didn't feel alone. I felt one with the environment. Like, I don't know, it's hard to explain. I finished a book today, The Prince of Thorns. I think I mentioned earlier. It's by, let me find it. Mark Lawrence, author of the Broken Empire series. And this is book 2. Book 1 was Prince of Thorns, and it kind of shows you like how nature versus nurture, and like how both of them are intertwined and how they create what we become. And this guy, when he was a kid, he was tossed into a thorn bush, and some soldiers killed his mom and his little brother. And in the thorns, he was like stuck, and he tried to move. And anyways, there was a lot of pain associated with it. And then when he got back home, his dad didn't really do anything. His dad was a ruthless ruler who couldn't afford, like, pretty much if he had to avenge his mother, if his wife, the boy's name is George, and if George's father was going to avenge George's mother, it would cost his empire a lot, like in terms of lives, because the enemy that he faced was in like a rough land and whatnot. So anyways, he vows to do it himself, and he goes there. I'm not gonna read it just in case anybody wants to read it. And yeah, so this guy vows that he will one day become the emperor. So the last book is called Emperor of Thorns, and this one was called King, and the one prior to it is called Prince. So anyways, he goes forth and he conquers. Anyways, interesting book. Fucking definitely adult content in there, and it's quite savage. Like even reading it, and I know it wasn't real, and I know like it's just words, but it was quite savage. I mean, I have a pretty good imagination when I get absorbed into a book, and I felt his pain and I felt his sorrow, and I felt the things that the author felt. It was quite a good. It was quite a good book. I mean, I liked it. I like this kind of books. Then again, I like a lot of kinds of books. Uh, I can compare the how into it I was to the movie of. I remember I did like a short little review of Wolf of Wall Street, and that was a phenomenal movie. It really captured the mood of the character and put you in the wolf's shoes. And this does much the same. It's pretty much his diary, and he explains all these things. And you know, my favorite part about this book is that it's set in the future, like way far into the future. They call our civilization the builders. So at some point, civilization collapsed and shit, and it went back to like medieval times, like the medieval slash like yeah, pretty much the medieval and Renaissance era type deal took over, and like you know, there's priests and there's rulers and there's kings and there's kingdoms, and they call these giant buildings that are left over. They just call them castles, and then they call us the builders. Like so, the Stone Age, or I guess and there's pieces of electrical equipment left over, and like you know, certain castles have pumps and shit, and fluorescent lighting, which these people don't know. They just think they know it's the builders, and they think that we're kind of magicians. And there's a couple magicians out there, and the most intriguing part for me is that they say that they have atomic bombs, right? So, and they have atomic bombs and all this shit, but apparently the collapse of the builders was that they shifted a barrier. Like, I think that the builders, us, we reached a shift in conscious, and like they blended the realm of what could be and what is. And I don't know, I didn't think that's some like metaphysical shit. That's some next level metaphysical stuff, and it's really cool. I think it is. I like that kind of stuff. Anyways, yeah, back to the ducks and stuff. It was quite interesting. I really like watching nature. I actually should have brought my little camera. I don't know. Should I name my camera? I don't know. Do people do that shit? I know. There's a Andrea Valdez, I think it is. Yeah, that's her name. She named her camera Rufus, and I don't know. I think that's kind of cool. Whatever. It's all the same. No, I ain't gonna name my camera. I ain't into that. I don't know. It's just kind of cool how awesome it is, and that kind of leads me to the other thing, like the internet, right? Think about the internet, and now think about life, and the two things are connected. So the internet as a whole is like the world, right? And then every screen connected to the internet is just a window into the internet. It's not its own internet, it's just a window. Much like our lives, like we all live in the same world, but each one of us has a different window into it. And that's just cool to me. And I'll elaborate on that later, but my videos will turn out. Also, I've started to read King, Warrior, Magician, Lover by Robert Greene. It's a phenomenal book about archetypes. So far, I think I'm the lover. I don't know, but time will tell. I don't know much about it yet. That's all I really wanted to share right now. I just wanted to share nature, books, and observations. Anyways, I'm done.